All right, here we go. You have a WordPress website and you are not getting the emails, or you need to set it up so that you get emails sending out of your WordPress site. The easiest and fastest way, most efficient and the most cost effective, is going to be in this video how to do it. So you're going to have, your WordPress dashboard. You're going to go down to plugins, go to add plugin. Once you get to add plugin, you're going to go over here and you're going to type in SMTP, and you're going to look for WP Mail SMTP. Okay, you're going to install that. Once that's installed, you're going to activate it. Once it's activated, you can go ahead and just go back to the dashboard and skip that part. You're going to scroll down and it's going to say Cinch Mailjet. This is the most cost-effective one to give you the most amount of emails at the best price. It is the best one here, and we use this from government clients all the way down to your local pizza shop. So once you get your mail, once you select this, you're gonna need an API key and a secret key. Okay. So now we're gonna go right to Mailjet. So when we go over to Mailjet, we're gonna get started. It's mailjet.com, and you'll get right here to this website. You're gonna click get started. Once you get here, you're gonna type in your information, and you're gonna give it a password, and you're gonna click create account. Once you click create account, it's gonna bring you in. It's gonna bring you into your dashboard here. There are a few things you're gonna have to exit out of. It gives you a couple pop-ups that asks you to do this or that. Just go ahead and literally click click the X, and then at the top it's going to say, hey, you have an activation email that you need to activate. That should be in your inbox, might be in spam. Ours isn't, so this is ours here. I'm going to copy the link and go back to my other window, and let's just process that. All right, there we go. So that should fix this issue here with needing to activate. Okay, it did. So now, after you check your email and get that and you click activate, you're going to come over here to your name at the top right. You're going to go to account settings. When you go to account settings, you're going to say add domain or sender address. A sender address is if you're using like a certain email address. That's a little different. You don't really need to do that. You're just going to go to add domain. When you click add domain, you're going to type in the domain. And then you're going to go to the website label and just name it. Once that name label is created, I just hit the X if anything pops up. What does it say? Secure Mailjet to configure to. Oh, you can hit continue actually. It realizes where the domain is actually set up at. So if you're in GoDaddy, Cloudflare, Namecheap, wherever you're at, it'll know where that domain is, and you can actually just click the authorize button and it'll automatically add this to your Cloudflare account or to your DNS account. But if you don't have that option, that'll just automatically authorize it, but you can go through the manual setup as well. So we're going to do the manual setup, which is going to say, hey, this is what the records that you need to add to your DNS records in order for this system to allow it to send emails. So we're going to go back to our DNS and we're going to go to that domain. We're going to select it. We're going to go to DNS on the left-hand side in records. And then we need to add some new records. And these are always TXT records. So you're going to just drop down, grab your TXT record. And then you're going to have to go back to the Mailjet and you're going to copy the first one for the host name. And you're going to paste that in there. And you need to come here for your content. And that's the second one, which is the required value. and you're going to paste the required value in there. You're going to change the TTL to 1 minute, and then you're going to save the first record. So there's the first record. Now you're going to do that again. You're going to add a record. Go to TXT for text record. You're going to add the second one. And you're going to go back. You're going to paste it. Then you're going to grab this third record, or the second required value record. It's going to go in the content. So now you're going to change this to 1 minute, and you're going to save it. Now you're going to add one more record. It's going to be the TXT record. You're going to go down. You're going to copy this one. You're going to paste it again. You're going to go over here and grab this one. Oh. And then we're going to paste that into the content. You're going to save this record. So now you have all three records. All three of these records are good. So those are actually, let me change this to 1 minute actually. All right, so all those are at 1 minute, so it should be very, very quick. So now you're just going to give it like 30 seconds or so before you click this button. Some domains actually take longer, just depending on who you're using, but I would recommend to send all your domains to Cloudflare. It's the best option you have for firewall protection and domain control. Just extremely good. So now I'm going to click this since I've added all three domains, and it's going to send you some parades down the screen. It says you're all set. If you configured your DNS records, have your brand will now connect to Cinch Mailjet. So here we don't need any free sending domains, so we're just going to click the X. And now we're going to wait for this to turn to pending. Or to active. So we're going to go over here actually, and now we can go to account settings again. And we're going to look for API key management. So we need to generate keys. So we're going to generate our first key. Now this key has an API key and a secret key. I would suggest to open up a notepad or a sticky note or whatever you're using for a note. And just grab those two keys. You're going to copy the first one. And you're going to paste it. And then you need to get your secret key, which is a different key. So that's the second key. Click done. You're going to go over here and you're going to paste that key. Okay, so now you have your two keys, your normal key and your secret key. So let's go back to account settings. Add domain or sender address. Active. And we're just going to wait, give that a minute. Now to show you the way that it actually would go if you authorize with Cloudflare, if you do have the connection, is you're just going to have this Cloudflare is going to pop up like before, and instead of going to manual setup, you're going to hit authorize the Cloudflare. It's going to open Cloudflare in here, and it's going to show you the keys. So those keys are right here. And actually, anytime you use your domain in Mailjet, just don't use the www. Just use your actual domain name. That'll actually work. So it says the process is finished. The window's going to close. Now it says you're now published to Mailjet. So now we're going to hit the X here, and then you have the same thing. You're just going to give it a little time, and then that will validate.
No, bro, I had that. I got my sense back. I can't rely since I didn't want.
So that should take maybe 5 minutes or so. We're just gonna actually we're gonna give it a little more time. We're gonna go back to this screen, refresh. While that's happening though, we're gonna go back to WordPress, okay? Because now we have the Mailjet set up. We have our keys. So now we're going to take and go grab our keys. There's the first API key, which is a normal key. Then we're going to go ahead and grab the other API key, which is our secret key. And we're going to paste our secret key in there. And now we need to hit save. Once we hit save, now we have Mailjet and the API keys set up and configured. Everything's working. The other thing you're going to want to make sure inside of here is going to settings in general and making sure that this domain is a domain at it's actually the domain at your domain. So the email is your domain. So let's say we do webmaster, whatever you want it to be, at your domain. Now, since that is there and we hit save, we should get an email. It should send us an email to our inbox and let us know that we need to click it to make this change, because by default, WordPress gives you some bootleg email addresses. Let's go back to Mailjet, see where we're at. It's taking a little longer still. All right, so while we're still waiting for that, the other thing we're going to do is, oh yeah, see, look at it. It noticed this because our site tried to send an email out. So it's telling you, hey, this email is not part of the domain. It can't be sent, which is okay. We're going to go back to WordPress though. One tool you'll want to have with this system to make sure you know what's going on is the email log. So if you type in email log, you're going to want to go to probably this one right here. So it'll be by Web Factory and it's email log. So if you click install and then we'll activate it, what that will do is that'll monitor the emails that are going out. If an email fails and doesn't go out, it will show you right here under your email logs that you have an email that's not working. Yeah, you just ignore that. You don't need to do that. But here's where the list will come up and show you that the emails aren't sending. So now we just got to give it a few minutes. All right, there you go. So now it just changed and it says your domain has been successfully validated down at the bottom right corner. All right, so both records have been validated. So now we can go back. We see it shows active now, which means it's going to send out emails. So now if we go back to the WordPress, we're going to try and go back to settings, general. We're going to want to make sure that we try to send this out one more time. So we'll copy our email, hit cancel, and then we'll just repost it again. And now that email is going to successfully go out. We can see that by going to email log, view logs. And there we go. We have a site sent. The web address is this. So this email is sent out. This is all you really need to know. You don't need any of the premium features. You just need to make sure that an email went out, especially when you have a WooCommerce store or you have people filling out the forms. You're going to want those emails to come out. So there you go. That's as simple as it is. Right now, fully set up. Takes a few minutes start to finish, obviously, just to make sure just to make sure that the email and domain settings verify. They take propagation time, but also make sure you change what email it's sending from so that your customers don't see that weird email address. And then your from name would most likely be whatever you want it to be, and from your business. You'll save those settings again. And that's it. Now you have a working email. So if you were to go to a contact page and fill out a contact form, if there is one, let's see, what is that? That's going to be name.
Oh, I heard something like wrong. No, it's not, bro. Like, bro, I can't throw like a name because the rotate's not high. Mine's blonde. He might have got red. It's 620 HP.
And if you want to test this form to make sure it works, there you go. Thank you for sending your message. It has been sent. If it didn't send, you'll get an error message here too. But that's how you get those. And let's go back to email log, view logs. There you go. That email also sent out. If you want to view the content of the email, it'll bring up the content. And this is how it went out. From your name, your email, subject, body message. And there you go. Now this email will get sent to your customer and it should come into you. And those settings are obviously changed in the contact form itself. So however you configure your contact forms, that's how that'll work. But now you have email set up. So if we were to log out, or actually let's go to edit profile just to make sure. Yeah, we're using the wrong email address. So we're going to do AVU. We type this in and we save the email address. Here's a perfect test. We're going to log out and we're going to say lost your password. We're going to use the username. It's just user for us. I'm going to say get new password. Now this says check your email for a confirmation link. We're going to go back to our email and there we go. That fast. Avu brand, email change request. Howdy user, you recently request to have the email address on your account changed. If this is correct, please follow the link. So there you go. That's how you get email working on your WordPress site. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. And we definitely like to give you a hand and help you get that sorted out.